Math Class 31. I can solve multi-step word problems and interpret remainders. Grant has 36 soccer cards and 20 football cards. How many sports card pages are needed to store all the cards if each page can hold 6 cards? Well, if I know that Grant has 36 soccer cards and 20 football cards, I can put those together to determine how many total cards Grant has. That's an addition problem. 36 plus 20 is 56. So Grant has a total of 56 cards. Now, if each page can hold 6 cards, I want to take my 56 cards and equally share them into groups of 6. So that becomes a division problem. And that equals the number of pages. So one way I can solve this, if I'm taking my 56 and I'm equally sharing them into groups of 6, I can think about what times 6 gives me something close to 56. I'm going to use skip counting to help us out here. I can say 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and if I did another group, I'd be at 60. So we don't have enough to make another group, but we do have 2 more cards there. So I'm going to note that. Now, notice each group of 6 would be a page. And so we can see that we would have 9 pages with a remainder of 2. And we need to interpret what that remainder means. That remainder means I have 2 more cards that will need a page, because in the question, it stated how many sports card pages are needed to store all the cards. So we're going to have to round our pages up to 10 here. And so I'll note that Grant needs 10 pages. I can add and subtract multi-digit numbers. Find the sum of 751,648 and 173,518. The key vocabulary term here is sum. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. So I'm going to take my 2 add-ins and add those together. Notice how my place values are lined up, so I'm able to add like units. Starting in my ones place, I have 8 ones and 8 ones, which is 16 ones. 10 of those ones will bundle and make a 10. In my tens place, I have 1, 4, and 1, so a total of 6 tens. In my hundreds place, I have 6 and 5, that's 11 hundreds. I will bundle up 10 of those hundreds and make it into a 1,000. In my thousands place, I have 1, 1, and 3 for a total of 5 thousands. In my 10,000s place, I have 5 and 7. That will be 12 10,000s. 10 of those 10,000s are going to bundle and turn into 100,000. And in that 100,000s place, I have a 1, 7, and 1, which is 900,000s. So the sum, the answer to our addition problem, is 925,166. Find the difference in 621,073 and 392,415. Here, the key vocabulary term is difference. The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So I'm going to take my numbers here and I'm going to subtract. Again, notice how my place values are lined up, so I can subtract like units. Starting in my ones place, I have 3 ones and I need to take 5 ones away. I don't have enough, so I'm going to come over. I'm going to come over to my tens place. I'm going to take one of these tens, which leaves 6 tens there, decompose the one I'm taking into ones, which lets 10 fall out with the 3 that was already there, and that's why that's 13 there. So now in my ones place, I have 13 minus 5, that's 8. In my tens place, I have 6 minus 1, which is 5. In my hundreds place, I start with 0, then I need to take 4 away. So I'm going to come over to my thousands. I'm going to decompose one of the thousands, which leaves no thousands. And the one I'm decomposing there is going to turn into 10 hundreds. So 10 minus 4 in the hundreds leaves me with 6 hundreds. I have no thousands and I'm needing to take 2 away, so I'll come over to my 10,000s. I'll leave one there, and then I'll take the other one and decompose it, letting 10 of my thousands fall out. 10 thousands minus 2 thousands is 8 thousands. I have a 1 10,000. I'm needing to subtract 9 from that. I can't subtract 9 10,000s from there, so I'm going to go over to my 100,000s. I'll take one of those, which leaves me 5 in the 100,000s place. The one I'm taking, I'm going to decompose, and it will let 10 of the 10,000s fall out. But there was already one there, so that's why that's 11. Now I have 11 10,000s minus 9 10,000s. That's 2 10,000s. And I have 500,000s minus 300,000s, which is 200,000s. So the difference, the answer to our subtraction problem, is 228,658. Next, I can compare fractions. Compare the fractions using greater than, less than, or equal. Explain your thinking. So I have 6 tenths compared to 7 hundredths. Well, here I know that tenths are bigger units because there's less of them in the whole. Hundredths are going to be smaller units because there's more of them in the whole. So I can model my 6 tenths here. I'm going to model that over here on the side. I'm going to make 10 rows. And I want to shade in 6 of those 10 rows. So now I see I have 6 tenths represented in my model. Now I'm going to change those tenths into an equivalent fraction using units of hundredths. I'm going to take each tenth and decompose it into 10 parts. And now when we count all of the shaded pieces, those 6 tenths are shown to be 60 hundredths. And so now what we're really doing is comparing 60 hundredths to 7 100ths. And so 60 hundredths compared to 7 100ths would be greater than. 60 hundredths are greater than 7 100ths. On the back side, I can convert metric measurements, larger units to smaller units. Write the rule and complete the conversion table. The rule for converting liters to milliliters is, all right, milli is 1,000. So when we want to convert a liter into milliliters, we're going to multiply by 1,000. And so I might note that here in my table. Liters times 1,000 equals milliliters. And we've made ourselves a little equation here. So 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. 4 liters times 1,000 is 4,000 milliliters. 7 liters times 1,000 is 7,000 milliliters. 10 liters times 1,000 is 10,000 milliliters. And 13 liters times 1,000 is 13,000 milliliters. I can determine the measurement of an unknown angle. Angle ABC is a straight angle. Determine the measure of angle ABD. Well, if we know that angle ABC here is a straight angle, then angle ABC equals 180 degrees. Straight angles measure 180 degrees. We're given angle CBD. That would be this angle here. Angle CBD is 60. So I'm going to take the whole straight angle, 180 degrees, subtract the angle CBD that we're given, which is 60 degrees, and that leaves us 120 degrees for angle ABD. So angle ABD, we will note, is 120 degrees. That's all for today.